The human who burned the IMPO SIB, the arena lights dimmed until only a ring of blue flame illuminated the circle carved into the stone floor. Thousands of alien spectators leaned forward, whispering in disbelief. This was the trial of primitives, an ancient competition held by the Hellion Consortium, known across the galaxy for testing survival skills in the harshest, cruelest ways imaginable. Inside that glowing ring stood 3 competitors: a towering Volok hunter, a sleek, crystalline Zyran engineer, and a human. A single human. He looked almost painfully ordinary to the alien's brown hair, rough stubble, a scar along his cheek. His name was Elias Rowan, though the aliens simply called him the Terran. The Grand Arbiter stepped forward, his metallic voice echoing, "Competitors, the rules are simple. You will be stripped of all equipment. You must create a sustainable fire using only what is provided within the arena. The one who succeeds first will be declared victor. Begin." A gong rang, deep and ancient dot. The arena floor shimmered, and then materialized 3 objects in front of each contestant. A block of crystal clear ice, a patch of dry grass, a smooth stone. The Volok snarled. "Ice. How are we to start fire with frozen water?" The Zyran lifted it with careful claws. "This is impossible. The density is too smooth. It cannot be shaved, cannot spark, cannot be shaped with no tools." Spectators chattered in excitement. The trial was famous for being unwinnable. It had gone unsolved for over 4,000 years. It was a tradition. Competitors came, failed, and left humiliated. But today, something was different. The human smiled. Not a mocking smile. Not a cocky one. A knowing smile, as if he had read the answer key to a test no one else understood. A silence spread. Cameras zoomed. Even the Arbiter tilted his metallic head. Elias knelt beside his materials, examining them with the calmness of a surgeon. The Valok stomped and crushed the grass. "This trial is rigged. You cannot burn what cannot be ignited." The Zyran scoffed. "There is no friction surface, no powdered fiber, no volatile mineral. This is a trick." Elias ignored them. He held the block of ice up to the sunlight streaming through the arena dome. Aliens squinted. What was he doing? He began rubbing the ice, smoothing it, shaping it with his bare hands. His movements were precise, controlled, as though he had rehearsed this 1,000 times. The commentators gasped. "Is he carving it? Impossible. Ice melts before it can be shaped. What is this human doing?" But Elias kept working, hands raw and red. He breathed through clenched teeth, sculpting the ice with relentless pressure. The surface slowly took on a spherical curvature. The Grand Arbiter zoomed his optic lens. He is attempting to focus light. A wave of disbelief rolled through the arena. Aliens froze. Was that allowed? The Valok rumbled. Sunlight cannot create fire with ice cancels heat. The Zyran shook their crystalline head. Unless, no. Unless he is shaping it into a converging lens. A commentator screamed into the mic. He's making a magnifying glass. The arena erupted. Elias positioned the now smooth ice lens above the dry grass. A pinpoint of sunlight came through it perfect. Concentrated. A tiny white spark appeared. The Volok stepped back. "No, no, this cannot be." The Zyran whispered, stunned. "He is bending light using frozen water." Elias whispered to himself, calm as a monk, "Come on." A thin tendril of smoke curled upward. Spectators leaned forward in a single breath. The spark brightened, the smoke thickened, the grass glowed red fire. A bright, living flame sprang upward, crackling like a newborn star. Elias lifted his hands and stepped back, letting the fire grow. The arena fell silent, completely silent. The arbiter blinked twice his version of shocked. A timer drone chimed. 40 seconds. The human competitor has achieved ignition in 40 seconds. 40 seconds. The trial record had been 21-minute sound. Competitor only managed a spark that died instantly. Elias had just rewrote galactic survival history. The arbiter's voice trembled for the first time in 8 centuries. Tether, human, is victorious. The Valok roared in anger and shame. The Zyran simply sank to their knees, whispering what terrifying creatures these humans are. The crowd exploded. Some cheered. Some hid their faces. Some recorded every moment, frantic to share it across the net. Everyone, absolutely everyone, knew this day would be replayed for centuries. Elias Rowan didn't pump his fists, didn't roar triumph. He simply stepped back, watching the fire he had coaxed into life. A reporter drone zipped toward him. Human, Elias Rowan, how did you perform this miracle? How did you know to use ice as a lens? He shrugged, voice quiet. My grandfather taught me. Survival trick from the Arctic. Humans used it for centuries. The arena gasped again. A reporter sputtered. You mean this is normal among your kind? Elias scratched his cheek. Well, not normal, but humans adapt to anything. Put us anywhere long enough and we figure things out, even an impossible trial. Elias smirked. There's no such thing as impossible, just undiscovered. A hush fell. That sentence would be quoted in books, engraved in monuments, sung in human pride songs, engraved in alien warning manuals. But the day wasn't over yet. The arbiter stepped forward, ceremonial cloak fluttering. Elias Rowan of Earth, he declared loudly, you have conquered a trial no species has solved in millennia. By law of the Hellion Consortium, you are entitled to a wish, aliens murmured. A wish was no small thing. The Consortium rarely granted such honors. Elias thought for a moment, then replied, I want the human colonies to be allowed entry into the Consortium without prejudice. Silence. The arbiter's optics widened. You use your victory, not for personal wealth, but for your people. Elias nodded. Humans aren't primitives. We're builders, survivors, partners. Give us a chance, just one, and we'll prove it. The arbiter studied him, then slowly bowed. A species that can burn the impossible may also warm galaxies. Request granted. The arena roared in approval. Elias Rowan had not only won a trial, he had changed humanity's place in the stars. Epilogue, the Elegian D within hours. The clip of Elias making fire with ice spread across every star system within days. Alien historians were rewriting entire education modules within weeks. Dozens of species requested human advisors to help teach survival across dangerous worlds. Among the a new proverb emerged, where others freeze, humans ignite. And among the Volok, who once mocked humans as soft, children now carried small spheres of carved ice, pretending to be the Terran fire dash maker. As for Elias Rowan, he returned to his tiny cabin on a frontier moon, where he taught young recruits not how to fight, but how to think. And every student who passed through his camp learned one lesson above all: tools don't make survival, the mind does. Because humans, they didn't just survive impossible trials, they mastered them, asterisk.